"You are not family tonight, you are staff," the stepmother said coldly, throwing gray rags at the two black twins. "Serve the guests and don't speak." The girls trembled, walking into the luxury party in oversized maid uniforms while everyone else wore diamonds. But as they carried a heavy tray past the VIP table, one slipped. The music stopped. The billionaire turned around, saw the crying twins, and gasped. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is. Now, subscribe to the channel and let's get started. Do you think Dad will cry when he sees us dance? Maya opened her eyes. Her sister Zara was already awake, staring at the ceiling. The sun came through their bedroom window. It was Friday, May 12th. Today was their father's 50th birthday party. "Maybe," Maya said. She sat up in bed. "Remember when Mom used to dance with us in the kitchen?" He cried then. Zara smiled. "I remember." The twins got out of bed. Their bedroom was large, with white walls and two beds on opposite sides. Between the beds was a window that looked out at the garden. Maya walked to the closet and opened it. Two blue dresses hung on matching hangers. They had saved their birthday money for 3 months to buy them. "They're perfect," Zara said, standing next to her sister. "We should practice the dance one more time before tonight," Maya said. "We've practiced 100 times. Then we'll practice 101 times. Zara laughed. It was a real laugh. Maya had not heard her sister laugh like that in a long time. The twins got dressed in jeans and t-shirts. They walked downstairs together. The mansion was already busy. Delivery trucks parked in the driveway. Men carried boxes of white roses and golden balloons through the front door. Their house on Maple Drive in Beverly Hills, California, was big. It had 12 rooms, a garden, a pool, and a long driveway with gates. Maya and Zara walked into the kitchen. Their stepmother Victoria stood at the counter, cutting fruit. She wore a white dress, and her blonde hair was perfect. She smiled when she saw them. "Good morning, girls," Victoria said. Her voice was sweet like honey. "Are you excited about tonight?" "Yes," Maya said. She did not smile back. "We're doing a surprise dance for Dad," Zara said. Victoria's smile did not change. How lovely. The back door opened. Their father, Robert Thompson, walked in wearing a suit. He carried his phone in one hand and his car keys in the other. He was tall with brown skin and glasses. He looked tired. "Good morning," Robert said. He kissed Maya on the head, then Zara. "Big day today." "We're so excited, Robert," Victoria said. She walked over and fixed his tie. 200 guests. The decorators are already here. Everything will be perfect." Robert looked around the kitchen. "Where's the coffee?" "I'll make it," Victoria said quickly. "You sit down. You work too hard." Robert sat at the kitchen table. He looked at his phone. Maya and Zara sat across from him. They wanted to tell him about the dance. They wanted to show him the blue dresses. But he was reading something on his phone and frowning. "Dad," Maya started. "1 second, sweetheart," Robert said. He did not look up. Victoria poured coffee into a cup and brought it to Robert. "The Peterson deal?" she asked. "Peterson wants to renegotiate," Robert said. "I have meetings all day." "On your birthday?" Zara asked quietly. Robert finally looked up. "I'll be home by 7 tonight, before the party starts. I promise." He drank his coffee fast. He stood up and grabbed his briefcase from the counter. He kissed Victoria on the cheek. He waved at the twins. "See you tonight, girls. Love you." "Love you too," Maya and Zara said together. The back door closed. They heard his car start in the driveway. Then they heard the car drive away. The kitchen became quiet. Victoria's smile disappeared. Her face changed. Her eyes became cold. She turned and looked at the twins. "The house is a mess," Victoria said. Her voice was not sweet anymore. It was hard and sharp. "I want you to clean the living room, the dining room, and both bathrooms before the decorators finish. Do you understand?" "But we cleaned yesterday," Maya said. "Are you arguing with me?" Victoria stepped closer to the table. Maya wanted to argue. She wanted to say this was not fair, but she knew what would happen. Victoria would tell their father that Maya was being disrespectful. She would cry and say the twins were making her life difficult. Robert would believe her. He always believed her. "No," Maya said. "We're not arguing. Good, get started now." Victoria left the kitchen. They heard her high heels clicking on the floor upstairs. Zara's hands were shaking. "I hate her." "I know," Maya said. "Me too." They spent the morning cleaning. The living room had white carpets that showed every spot. Maya vacuumed while Zara dusted the furniture. The dining room had a long table that could seat 20 people. They wiped down every chair. The bathrooms had marble floors. They scrubbed until their hands were red. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the decorators arrived with more flowers. White roses filled every room. They put golden balloons on the staircase. They hung white lights in the garden. The mansion looked like a palace. At noon, a catering team arrived. A woman named Sandra directed everyone. They carried trays of expensive food into the kitchen, shrimp and steak and fancy desserts. The kitchen smelled amazing. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, a jazz band arrived. 5 men in black suits carried instruments to the garden. They set up a stage near the pool. One man tested the microphone. The sound echoed across the yard. Maya and Zara watched everything from their bedroom window. The mansion was transforming. Soon, 200 people would arrive. Business partners and celebrities and politicians. Everyone important would be here to celebrate their father. "Should we practice the dance now?" Zara asked. Maya nodded. She went to the closet and took out the blue dresses. She laid them carefully on her bed. Then she went to the corner of the closet and pulled up a loose floorboard. Hidden underneath was a notebook. Her journal. She had been writing in it for 6 months, documenting everything Victoria did. Every cruel word, every punishment, every lie she told their father. Maya wrote quickly. May 12th, Dad's birthday. He left for work at 7:30 in the morning. He did not ask about our plans. Victoria made us clean all morning. The party starts at 7 tonight. We are going to dance for Dad. We are going to make him smile. She closed the journal and hid it again under the floorboard. The twins stood in the middle of their bedroom. They had practiced this dance for weeks. It was a tribute to their mother, who died 3 years ago in a car accident. The dance was full of turns and lifts and moments where they held hands. It told a story about love and loss and hope. They danced without music. They counted in their heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Their feet moved across the carpet. Zara almost stumbled once, but Maya caught her hand. When they finished, both girls were breathing hard. "Perfect," Maya said. "Do you think Dad will remember?" Zara asked quietly. "That Mom used to dance?" "He'll remember," Maya said. She hoped she was right. At 3 o'clock they ate sandwiches in their room. Victoria did not call them for lunch. Through the window they watched guests start to arrive early. Limousines pulled up to the gate. Women in beautiful gowns stepped out. Men in expensive suits followed. "Everyone looks so fancy," Zara said. "We'll look fancy too," Maya said, "in our blue dresses." At 3:45 in the afternoon, they heard footsteps in the hallway. Heavy footsteps, coming toward their room. Maya and Zara looked at each other. The door opened. Victoria stood there. She did not knock. She never knocked. In her hands, she carried 2 gray uniforms on hangers. The uniforms looked old and stained. They smelled like bleach. Victoria walked into the room and dropped the uniforms on the twins' beds. "Put these on," Victoria said. Her voice was cold and flat. "You're working the party tonight." Maya stared at the gray uniform on her bed. "What?" "You heard me," Victoria said. "You're not attending as guests. You're attending as staff. You'll serve food and drinks. You'll stay in the kitchen unless I tell you to come out. You will not speak to your father. You will not tell anyone who you are. If guests ask, you say you're temporary help from an agency." "No," Zara whispered. We have our dresses. We have our dance." Victoria smiled. It was not a kind smile. It was cruel and satisfied. "Not anymore," she said. Maya stood up from her bed. "We're not doing this." Victoria crossed her arms. "Yes, you are." "Dad will see us," Maya said. "He'll know something is wrong." "Your father will be surrounded by 200 guests all night," Victoria said. "He won't notice 2 servants in gray uniforms. He never notices anything." Zara picked up one of the uniforms. The fabric was rough and smelled strong. "Why are you doing this?" "Because I can," Victoria said simply. "This is my house now. You live here because I allow it." "This is our house," Maya said. Her voice was getting louder. "We lived here our whole lives. You married Dad 2 years ago. You don't get to—" Victoria moved fast. She grabbed Maya's arm and squeezed hard. Her fingernails dug into Maya's skin. Maya gasped. "Let go of her," Zara said. She stood up, but did not move closer. Victoria ignored Zara. She pulled Maya close and spoke directly into her face. Her breath smelled like coffee and mint. "Listen carefully," Victoria said. Her voice was quiet but dangerous. "You will put on these uniforms. You will work tonight. You will smile and serve food and keep your mouths shut. If you refuse, I will destroy things in this house, expensive things. I will break your father's awards from his office. I will rip apart furniture. I will make it look like you two had a tantrum. Do you understand?" "Dad won't believe you," Maya said, but her voice shook. "Won't he?" Victoria let go of Maya's arm. Red marks showed where her fingers had been. "I've been documenting your behavior for months. I have receipts showing money missing from my purse. I've been taking $20 here, $30 there, and writing it down. I'll show your father proof that you've been stealing from me." "We never stole anything," Zara said. "I know that," Victoria said, "but your father doesn't. He's stressed with work. He's planning this massive party. He's trying to close the Peterson deal. Do you think he has energy to question me? Do you think he'll believe 2 difficult teenage girls over his wife?" Maya felt tears forming in her eyes. She blinked them away. She would not cry in front of Victoria. "We'll tell him the truth," Maya said. "We'll tell him everything you've done, all of it." Victoria laughed. It was a cold sound. "You tried that once already, remember? Last October. You told him I was being mean. I said you were being dramatic. He believed me. He told you to be more respectful." Maya remembered. She had tried to tell her father that Victoria was changing after he left for work, that her voice got hard, that she gave them extra chores for no reason. But Victoria had been standing right there. She had looked so hurt. She had said she was trying her best to be a good stepmother. Robert had taken Victoria's side. He had told Maya she needed to give Victoria a chance. Maya had never tried again. "The uniforms," Victoria said. She pointed at the gray clothes on the beds. "Put them on. Be ready at 6 o'clock. I'll come back for you then." Victoria walked toward the door. She stepped into the hallway. Then she did something the twins did not expect. She closed the door and locked it from the outside. They heard the key turn. They heard Victoria's footsteps walking away down the hall. Maya ran to the door. She grabbed the handle and pulled. It did not open. She pulled harder. Nothing. "Open the door!" Maya yelled. She pounded on the door with both fists. "Let us out!" No one answered. Zara sat on her bed. She was not crying yet. She looked frozen. Her eyes were wide and empty. Maya kept pounding. "Someone help us! We're locked in!" But downstairs the house was full of noise. The decorators were moving furniture. The catering team was setting up in the kitchen. The jazz band was testing their instruments in the garden. No one could hear 2 girls yelling from the 2nd floor. Maya stopped pounding. Her hands hurt. She pressed her ear against the door and listened. She heard people talking downstairs. She heard music playing. She heard someone laughing. "Maya," Zara said quietly, "what do we do?" Maya walked to the window. She tried to open it. The window was painted shut. They had tried to open it before during summer when the room got hot. It never budged. She looked down. They were on the second floor, too high to jump. She took out her phone. She called her father's number. The phone rang. 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings, 4 rings, voicemail. "Dad, it's Maya. Please call me back. It's important, please." She hung up. She tried again. Voicemail again. "He's in meetings," Zara said. "He said he had meetings all day." Maya wanted to throw her phone across the room. Instead, she sat on her bed next to her sister. The gray uniform lay between them. It looked ugly and wrong. "We could refuse," Maya said. "We could just not put them on. When she opens the door, we could run past her. We could find Dad." "She'll tell him we're lying," Zara said. "She'll show him the fake receipts. He'll believe her." "Maybe he won't. He always does." Maya knew Zara was right. Their father was not home enough to know what really happened. He left early every morning. He came home late every night. When he was home, Victoria acted perfect. She smiled and cooked nice dinners and asked about his work. Robert thought everything was fine. He had no idea what happened when he was gone. "I'm scared," Zara whispered. "Me too," Maya said. She took her sister's hand. "But we'll get through tonight. We'll wear the stupid uniforms. We'll do what she says, and then tomorrow, when Dad isn't stressed about the party, we'll tell him everything. We'll make him listen." "What if he doesn't believe us tomorrow either?" Maya did not have an answer for that. They sat together on the bed holding hands. Through the window, they watched the sun move across the sky. 4 o'clock became 4:30, then 5 o'clock. Guests started arriving. Limousines pulled up. People in beautiful clothes walked through the front door. Maya looked at the blue dresses hanging in the closet. The dresses they had bought with their birthday money. The dresses they were supposed to wear tonight while they danced for their father. "I'm sorry," Maya said. "This is my fault. I should have protected us better." "It's not your fault," Zara said. "It's hers." At 5:30, Maya stood up. She picked up the gray uniform from her bed. The fabric felt rough in her hands. "What are you doing?" Zara asked. "We don't have a choice," Maya said. "If we refuse, she'll make things worse. You know she will." Zara started crying. Real tears ran down her face. "I don't want to." "I know. Everyone will see us. All of Dad's friends, they'll think we're servants." "I know. We practiced the dance for weeks." "I know." Maya's own tears started falling. She wiped them away with her hand. "But if we do what she says tonight, maybe she'll leave us alone tomorrow. Maybe this is the worst it gets." Maya did not believe that, but she said it anyway because Zara needed to hear something hopeful. Zara picked up her gray uniform. She held it like it might bite her. The twins got undressed. They put on the uniforms. The clothes were too big. The sleeves went past their hands. The pants dragged on the floor. They looked ridiculous. Maya went to the mirror. She did not recognize herself. She looked small and lost. Zara stood next to her. They looked at their reflections together. "I hate this," Zara said. "Me too." At 6 o'clock exactly, they heard footsteps in the hallway again. The key turned in the lock. The door opened. Victoria stood there holding 2 white aprons. "Put these on," Victoria said. She tossed the white aprons onto the beds. Maya picked up 1 apron. It was plain white cotton with ties for the waist. "Tie your hair back," Victoria said. "Both of you. Tight ponytails. I don't want hair in the food." Zara pulled her black curly hair back with shaking hands. She tied it with a hairband from her dresser. Maya did the same. She pulled her hair so tight it hurt her scalp. Victoria walked around them, inspecting them. She adjusted Maya's apron, pulling it tighter. Maya felt like she could not breathe. "You look terrible," Victoria said. "But that's the point, isn't it?" She grabbed both girls by their arms and pulled them toward the door. "Wait," Zara said. "Our shoes." They were both barefoot. Victoria looked down at their feet. "Fine. Put on shoes. Something plain. No sneakers." The twins found black flat shoes in their closet. They put them on quickly. Victoria did not let go of their arms. Her grip was tight and painful. She led them into the hallway. But instead of going toward the main staircase, she turned the other direction. She opened a door the twins rarely used. Behind it was a narrow staircase. "Where are we going?" Maya asked. "The back stairs," Victoria said. "The staff stairs. That's what you are tonight. Staff." They walked down the narrow staircase. The walls were plain white. There were no pictures or decorations. The stairs were steep. Zara almost tripped on her too long uniform pants. At the bottom of the stairs was another door. Victoria opened it. They stepped into the kitchen. The kitchen was full of people. The catering team moved quickly, carrying trays and plates. Someone stirred a large pot on the stove. Someone else arranged food on silver platters. The room smelled like garlic and bread and something sweet. A woman in a black chef's coat was giving orders. She was about 40 years old with dark skin and her hair in a tight bun. She held a clipboard and checked things off a list. "Sandra!" Victoria called out. The woman turned. "Yes, Mrs. Thompson?" "These are the 2 volunteers I mentioned," Victoria said. She pushed the twins forward. "From the Youth Hospitality Program." Sandra looked at Maya and Zara. Her eyes moved over their faces slowly. She frowned slightly. "How old are you girls?" Sandra asked. 14, Maya said. "They're here to learn," Victoria said quickly. "Community service hours for school. They'll help carry trays. Simple tasks. Nothing complicated." Sandra looked uncomfortable. "Mrs. Thompson, I have a full staff already. I don't really need—" "They won't be in the way," Victoria interrupted. "They're very obedient. They'll do exactly what you tell them." Sandra looked at the twins again. Maya tried to send a message with her eyes. "Help us. Please see that something is wrong." But Sandra just nodded. "All right, they can help during service." "Wonderful," Victoria said. She smiled her fake smile. "Girls, you listen to Sandra. Do exactly what she says. I'll be checking on you throughout the night." Victoria leaned close to Maya's ear. Her voice dropped to a whisper only Maya could hear. "Remember what I said. One mistake and I'll destroy you." Then Victoria left the kitchen through the main door into the dining room. Maya and Zara stood together in the corner of the kitchen. The catering staff worked around them. No one spoke to them. Everyone was too busy. A young man walked past carrying a tray of champagne glasses. He was maybe 20 years old with brown skin and short black hair. He wore black pants and a white shirt. He saw the twins standing there looking lost. He stopped. "First catering job?" he asked. He had a friendly smile. Maya nodded. She did not trust her voice. "It's not so bad," he said. "I'm Carlos. I've been doing this for 3 years. Just stay out of the way until they need you. Don't drop anything. Smile at the guests even if they're rude." "Okay," Maya whispered. "Are you 2 sisters?" Carlos asked. "You look exactly alike?" "Twins," Zara said quietly. "Cool," Carlos said. "Stay together if you can. It helps to have someone watching your back." Sandra called out, "Carlos, I need those glasses in the ballroom now." "Gotta go," Carlos said. He walked away carrying his tray carefully. Maya looked at the clock on the kitchen wall. It was 6:15. In 45 minutes, the party would start. In 45 minutes, she and Zara would have to walk into a room full of people who knew their father, people who should recognize them. But no one would. Not in these uniforms. "Maya," Zara whispered, "I can't do this." "You can," Maya said. "We both can. Just for tonight." Sandra walked over to them. Up close, her face looked kind but tired. "Have you 2 done this kind of work before?" Sandra asked. "No," Maya said. Sandra sighed. "All right, when the party starts, you'll each take a tray, walk slowly through the crowd. Let guests take what they want from your tray. Say, 'Would you like one?' or 'Champagne.' Keep your voice quiet, don't bump into anyone. If your tray gets empty, come back to the kitchen and we'll reload it. Questions?" "No," Maya said. "Where's the youth program from?" Sandra asked. "Which school?" Maya's mind went blank. She did not know what to say. "Beverly Hills High," Zara said. It's a new program. Sandra nodded slowly. She did not look convinced. How do you two know Mrs. Thompson? She volunteers with the program, Maya said. The lie came easier this time. Sandra said. She looked at them for a long moment. Are you girls okay? Do you want to be here? Maya's heart jumped. This was a chance. She could tell Sandra the truth right now. She could say, no, we're not okay. That woman locked us in our bedroom. She's forcing us to do this. We're not volunteers. We're Robert Thompson's daughters. But then she remembered Victoria's threats, the fake receipts, the destroyed property, her father's stress, his meetings, the Peterson deal. We're fine, Maya said. We want the community service hours. Sandra did not look like she believed them, but she did not push. All right, you two stand there and wait. When I call you, come get trays. Sandra walked away to check on the food. Zara grabbed Maya's hand. You should have told her. I couldn't. Why not? Because Victoria will make it worse, Maya said. You know she will. More catering staff arrived. The kitchen became even more crowded. Someone opened the oven and pulled out a tray of small pastries. Someone else poured champagne into dozens of glasses. The noise level increased. People called out instructions. Timers beeped. Plates clinked. Through the kitchen window, Maya could see the driveway. More limousines arrived. Women in elegant gowns stepped out. Men in tuxedos followed them. Everyone looked rich and important. These were her father's guests. These were the people he worked with. People he saw more than he saw his own daughters. At 6:45, Sandra returned. She carried 2 silver trays loaded with champagne glasses. All right, girls, Sandra said. Party starts in 15 minutes. Take these trays. Go stand by the ballroom entrance. When guests arrive, offer them champagne. Got it? Yes, Maya said. Sandra handed each twin a tray. The trays were heavy. The champagne glasses were full, and the liquid moved when Maya walked. She had to hold the tray very steady to keep the glasses from spilling. Zara's hands were shaking. Her champagne glasses rattled against each other. Breathe, Maya said quietly. Just breathe. Carlos walked past again, this time carrying appetizers. You got this, he said to the twins. Just remember to smile. At 7 o'clock, the front door opened. Guests began arriving. Maya heard voices in the entrance hall. She heard laughter. She heard someone say, "Happy birthday, Robert." Her father's voice answered, "Thank you for coming. Go on into the ballroom. Help yourself to champagne." Maya's hands tightened on her tray. Her father was here. He was 20 feet away in the entrance hall. Victoria appeared at the kitchen door. She looked at the twins holding their trays. "What are you waiting for?" Victoria hissed. "Get out there, now!" Maya looked at Zara. Zara's eyes were wide with fear. Her hands still shook. "Together," Maya whispered. "We'll do this together." They walked toward the door that led from the kitchen into the ballroom. Sandra held the door open for them. Maya and Zara stepped through. The ballroom was massive. It had white marble floors and crystal chandeliers. The walls were decorated with white roses and golden balloons. The jazz band was setting up in the corner. At least 50 people were already here, talking and laughing in small groups. No one looked at the twins. No one noticed 2 14-year-old girls in gray uniforms carrying champagne. A woman in a red dress walked past. She took a champagne glass from Maya's tray without looking at her face. She did not say thank you. A man in a tuxedo took 2 glasses from Zara's tray. He turned away before Zara could say anything. More guests arrived. The room filled quickly. Voices got louder. Laughter echoed off the marble floors. Maya saw her father across the room. He stood near the far wall talking to a man in a gray suit. Robert was smiling. He looked happy and relaxed. He did not see his daughters standing 10 feet away. Maya moved through the crowd. Her tray was getting lighter as guests took champagne glasses. A woman with blonde hair and diamonds around her neck reached for a glass. She took it without looking at Maya's face. She walked away, still talking to the man next to her. Maya walked toward her father. She moved slowly through groups of people. She got closer. 15 feet away, then 12 feet, then 10 feet. A security guard stepped in front of her. "Stop right there," the guard said. He was a tall man in a black suit. "VIP section, names only." "I need to see Robert Thompson," Maya said. "Are you on the list?" The guard held a clipboard. "I'm his daughter." The guard looked at her gray uniform. He looked at the champagne tray in her hands. He did not believe her. "Nice try, kid. Staff stays out of the VIP section. Keep moving." Maya wanted to yell. She wanted to drop her tray and scream that this was her house, but her father was talking to someone important looking. He was laughing. He looked so happy. If she made a scene, Victoria would punish them worse. Maya turned away. She walked back into the crowd. She looked around for Zara. Her sister was on the other side of the ballroom offering champagne to a group of older women. One of the women took a glass and waved Zara away without looking at her. "Excuse me," a voice said. Maya turned. A man in a dark blue suit stood there. He snapped his fingers near her face. "I need 3 glasses," the man said. "Hurry up." Maya held out her tray. The man took 3 champagne glasses. He walked away without saying thank you. More people took glasses from her tray. No one made eye contact. No one spoke to her. She was invisible. At 7:30, Maya's tray was empty. She walked back to the kitchen. The room was even busier now. Sandra was directing people to carry out more food. Someone was plating tiny appetizers with tweezers. "Empty already?" Sandra asked. She took Maya's tray and handed her a new one. This tray had small plates of shrimp. "Walk around. Offer these. Come back when you're empty." Maya took the tray. It was heavier than the champagne. Her arms already hurt. She walked back into the ballroom. A woman in a red dress stood near the entrance. She was talking on her phone. As Maya walked past, the woman dropped her napkin on the floor. It fell right in front of Maya's feet. The woman looked at Maya. She pointed at the napkin. She did not say anything. She just pointed and waited. Maya understood. The woman wanted her to pick it up. Maya bent down carefully, trying not to spill the shrimp. She picked up the napkin. She held it out to the woman. The woman took it and dropped it in the nearby trash. Then she walked away, still talking on her phone. Maya felt tears burning in her eyes. She blinked hard. She would not cry here, not in front of all these people. At 8 o'clock, Victoria found Maya in the hallway. Zara was there too, her tray also empty. "You two are moving too slowly," Victoria hissed. Her face was red. "You're embarrassing me. People are asking why the servers are so young." "We're doing what you told us," Maya said. "Don't talk back to me." Victoria grabbed both trays from the twins. "Come with me." She pulled them back into the kitchen. She told Sandra she needed different trays for the girls. Sandra handed Victoria 2 new trays. These trays were loaded with hot appetizers, little pastries with meat inside. The trays were heavy and the heat came through the metal. "Walk through the ballroom and the garden," Victoria said. "Separately. I don't want you two standing together whispering. Maya, you take the garden. Zara, you stay in the ballroom." "No," Zara said. "Please don't separate us." Victoria's eyes went cold. "Did you just tell me no?" Zara's face went pale. She shook her head quickly. "That's what I thought," Victoria said. "Now go. Both of you. Different directions." Maya looked at her sister. Zara looked terrified. They had been together all night. Now they would be alone. "It's okay," Maya whispered. "I'll find you soon." Zara nodded. Her eyes were wet. Maya carried her tray through the ballroom and out the back doors into the garden. The jazz band was playing now. Smooth music filled the air. About 30 people stood in the garden, talking and drinking. White lights hung from the trees. The pool glowed blue. Maya walked through the garden offering her tray. "Would you like one?" she said quietly. Most people ignored her. Some took appetizers without responding. One man took 3 and walked away. A man with gray hair and glasses stood near the pool. He was watching Maya. His eyes followed her as she moved through the crowd. She recognized him. His name was George Chen. He was her father's business partner. She had met him before, years ago, when her mother was alive. He had come to their house for dinner. George kept watching her. He looked troubled. Maya wondered if he recognized her. She turned away quickly. At 8:30, Maya's tray was empty again. She went back to the kitchen for more food. Carlos was there, loading his own tray. "You doing okay?" Carlos asked. "Yes," Maya lied. "You look tired. How old did you say you were?" 14. Carlos frowned. "That seems young for this kind of work. Does your program have insurance? What if you get hurt?" Sandra walked over before Maya could answer. "Carlos, those appetizers need to go out now." Carlos picked up his tray and left. Sandra looked at Maya. "Where's your sister?" Sandra asked. "In the ballroom. You two shouldn't be separated. You're both minors. Stay together." "Mrs. Thompson said—" "I don't care what she said," Sandra interrupted. Her voice was firm. "This is my kitchen and my staff. You two stay together. Go find your sister." Maya felt a small spark of hope. Sandra was pushing back against Victoria's orders. Maybe Sandra did see that something was wrong. Maya went back into the ballroom. She looked for Zara. The room was crowded now. At least 100 people filled the space. The music was louder. People talked and laughed. Maya pushed through the crowd. She saw Zara near the far wall. A man in a brown suit stood next to her. He was holding a glass of red wine. He was talking loudly to his friends, moving his hands. His hand hit Zara's arm. The wine glass tipped. Red wine spilled down the front of Zara's gray uniform. The man and his friends laughed. They did not apologize. They walked away still laughing. Zara stood frozen. Wine dripped from her apron onto the floor. Her face was white. She was not crying, but Maya could see she was close. Maya rushed over. "Zara, are you okay?" Zara did not answer. She just stared at the wine stain. Sandra appeared from the crowd. She must have been watching. She took Zara's empty tray. "Sweetheart, are you okay?" Sandra asked gently. Zara nodded, but tears started rolling down her face. "Did that man spill his wine on you?" Sandra asked. "It was an accident," Zara whispered. "I don't think it was," Sandra said. "I saw him. He wasn't watching where he put his hands." Across the ballroom, Maya saw Victoria watching them. Victoria's face was angry. "We're fine," Maya said quickly. "Zara's fine. Right, Zara?" Zara wiped her eyes. "I'm fine." Sandra looked from one twin to the other. "You two are not fine. Something is very wrong here. Who are you really? What's going on?" Maya opened her mouth. She wanted to tell Sandra everything, but Victoria was walking toward them now, pushing through the crowd. "We have to go," Maya said. She grabbed Zara's hand and pulled her away. They moved through the crowd quickly. Maya looked for somewhere private. She saw a door marked "Storage." She opened it and pulled Zara inside. She closed the door behind them. The storage closet was small and dark. It smelled like cleaning supplies. There were shelves with towels and bottles of soap. Maya and Zara stood in the darkness. Zara was crying now, really crying. Her whole body shook. "I can't do this anymore," Zara whispered. "I can't." Maya sat down on the floor next to her sister. The concrete was cold. The closet was so dark she could barely see Zara's face. "I know," Maya said. She held Zara's hand. "I know you can't." "Everyone out there knows Dad," Zara said between sobs. "They work with him. They're his friends. But no one recognizes us. No one sees us." "I tried to get to him," Maya said. "Security wouldn't let me pass the VIP section." "What are we going to do?" Zara asked. "She's going to make us work all night. She's going to keep us away from Dad the whole time." Maya felt anger burning in her chest. She was tired of being scared. She was tired of hiding. "We could run," Maya said. "Right now. We could run into that VIP section. We could push past security. We could tell Dad everything in front of everyone." Zara pulled her hand away. "Are you crazy? Victoria would destroy us." "She's already destroying us. Look at us." We're hiding in a closet at our own father's birthday party. If we make a scene, Dad will be embarrassed, Zara said. All his business partners are here, important people. If we run in there crying and yelling, he'll be humiliated. So we're supposed to just keep serving champagne? Maya's voice got louder. We're supposed to let her win? I don't know, Zara whispered. I don't know what we're supposed to do. They sat in silence. Maya could hear the party through the door, music and voices and laughter. Everyone out there was celebrating. Everyone was happy. Just 2 more hours, Maya said finally. We can survive 2 more hours. Then the party will end. Victoria will unlock our bedroom door. Tomorrow morning we'll talk to Dad. We'll show him my journal. We'll make him believe us. What if he doesn't? Zara asked. Maya did not answer. She did not have a good answer. They sat together in the dark for another minute. Maya counted to 60 in her head. She needed this 1 minute of quiet. 1 minute where no one was snapping their fingers at her or dropping napkins for her to pick up. The closet door opened suddenly. Light flooded in. Victoria stood there. Her face was red with rage. What do you think you're doing? Victoria grabbed both girls by their arms and pulled them out of the closet. Her fingernails dug into Maya's skin. Hiding? You think you can hide from me? We were just resting, Maya said. Just for a minute. Shut up. Victoria dragged them down the hallway. Her high heels clicked loudly on the marble floor. She pulled them to a door marked Office. She opened it and pushed them inside. She closed the door behind them. The office was small with a desk and 2 chairs. It was dark except for light coming through the window from the garden party outside. Victoria locked the door. She stood in front of it with her arms crossed. I am done with your games, Victoria said. Her voice was low and dangerous. I have been patient with you two for 2 years. I have tolerated your attitudes and your sulking and your constant presence in my house. But my patience is over. This isn't your house, Maya said. This is our house. We were born here. You just married our dad. Victoria stepped closer. Her face was inches from Maya's. Your father married me. That makes this my house now, and I have decided I want you two gone. What does that mean? Zara asked. Her voice shook. It means, Victoria said slowly, that after tonight I will convince your father to send you to boarding school. A very strict, very expensive boarding school in Maine, across the country, far away from here. Maya's stomach dropped. Dad would never agree to that. Won't he? Victoria smiled. I have already researched schools. I have brochures ready. I will tell your father that you two are becoming uncontrollable. I will show him the fake receipts proving you stole money from me. I will cry and say I have tried everything, but you two refuse to respect me. I will suggest boarding school would give you structure and discipline. He won't believe you, Maya said, but her voice was weak. He will believe me, Victoria said, because he always believes me. He is too busy with work to question me. He is too tired to deal with teenage problems. He will sign the papers. You will be on a plane to Maine in 2 weeks. No, Zara whispered. Please don't send us away. You will only come home for Christmas, Victoria continued. Maybe, if you behave. The rest of the year you will be 3,000 miles away. I will finally have your father to myself. I will finally have the life I deserve. Maya understood now. This was not just about one party. Victoria was not just being cruel for fun. She had a plan. She wanted to erase Maya and Zara from their father's daily life. She wanted them gone. Something shifted inside Maya. Fear turned into anger. Anger turned into determination. No, Maya said. Victoria blinked. What did you say? I said no. Maya stood up straighter. We're not going to boarding school. We're not going anywhere. This is our home. Victoria laughed. It was a cold, ugly sound. You don't get a choice. We'll tell Dad everything, Maya said. We'll tell him what you just said. We'll tell him about your plan. He will never believe you over me, Victoria said. I have spent 2 years building his trust. I am the perfect wife. I manage his home. I organize his parties. I never complain about his long hours. What have you two done? You hide in your bedroom. You avoid him. You barely speak at dinner. Who do you think he will believe? His helpful wife or two sulky teenagers? Maya wanted to scream. She wanted to hit something, but she forced herself to stay calm. We're going to tell him, Maya repeated. Tonight, right now. We're going to walk into that ballroom and tell him in front of everyone. No, you're not. Victoria walked to the door. She opened it and stepped out. Because if you do, I will show him those fake receipts. I will tell him you two have been stealing from me for months. I will tell him you threatened me. I will make sure he sends you away not just to boarding school but to therapy. To doctors who will say you have behavior problems. He will believe every word. You will lose everything. Victoria closed the door. Maya heard the lock click. They were trapped again. Maya ran to the door and pulled the handle. It did not open. She pounded on it with her fists. Let us out, Maya yelled. You can't lock us in here. No one answered. The party was too loud. No one could hear her. Zara sat in one of the chairs. She put her head in her hands. The wine stain on her uniform had dried to a dark purple color. She's going to win, Zara said. She's going to send us away and Dad will never know the truth. Maya stopped pounding. Her hands hurt. She looked around the office for another way out. The window was too small to climb through. There was no other door. They sat in the dark office. Through the window they could see the party continuing in the garden. People danced, people laughed, the jazz band played. No one knew two girls were locked in an office 20 feet away. At 9:30, Maya heard footsteps outside the door. She tensed. Was Victoria coming back? The lock clicked. The door opened slowly, but it was not Victoria. Carlos stood there, the young server from the catering company. He looked concerned. I saw that woman lock you in here, Carlos said. He held up a key. I waited until she walked away. Then I got the master key from Sandra. Are you two okay? Maya stared at him. For the first time all night, someone was actually helping them. Why did you help us? Maya asked. Because something is wrong, Carlos said. I've worked a lot of parties. I've seen a lot of things. But I've never seen someone lock kids in an office. What's going on? Who are you really? Maya looked at Zara. Zara looked back at her. This was a risk. Carlos could tell Victoria. He could make everything worse, but they were out of options. They needed help. They needed someone to believe them. Maya took a breath. That woman is our stepmother, Maya said. And this is our father's birthday party. Carlos stared at Maya. His eyes went wide. He looked at both twins carefully, really looking at their faces for the first time. Wait, Carlos said. Robert Thompson is your father? This mansion is your house? Yes, Maya said. We live here. Victoria forced us to work as servants. She threatened us. She locked us in our bedroom. She locked us in this office. We've been trying to reach our dad all night, but we can't get past security. Oh my God, Carlos said. He looked shocked. I knew something was wrong. The way she talked to you. The way she treated you. It was personal. It was cruel. She wants to send us to boarding school, Zara said quietly. In Maine. She wants us gone. Carlos ran his hand through his hair. This is insane. We need to tell someone. Where's your dad right now? In the VIP section, Maya said. Surrounded by business partners. Security won't let us through. They think we're just catering staff. What if I tell them? Carlos asked. I could go to security and explain. Victoria will say we're lying, Maya said. She has fake receipts. She'll say we stole money from her. She'll say we're difficult teenagers making up stories. Our dad will believe her. He always believes her. Carlos paced the small office. There has to be a way. What if you just walk up to him? What if you call out to him? He won't hear us over the music and the crowd, Maya said. And Victoria is watching. If we try anything, she'll stop us. They stood in silence for a moment. Through the window they could hear the jazz band playing. Someone announced something over a microphone. People cheered. "Wait," Carlos said. "What was that announcement?" They listened. The voice came again through the microphone in the garden. "Ladies and gentlemen, in just 15 minutes, we'll present the birthday cake to our guest of honor, Robert Thompson." Carlos turned to the twins. His face lit up. "The birthday cake, that's it." "What do you mean?" Maya asked. "The cake is massive," Carlos said. 3 tiers. It weighs like 30 or 40 pounds. Sandra was planning to have 4 servers carry it out together. What if you two carry it instead? "Victoria told us to stay in the kitchen unless she orders us out," Zara said. "Exactly," Carlos said. "She's the one who put you to work tonight, right? So she can't stop you from doing a work task without revealing she's controlling you. And if you carry the cake directly to your father, everyone will see you. You'll be right in front of him. He'll have to see your faces." Maya's mind raced. It could work. If they carried the cake to their father's table, they would be standing right in front of him. He would see them. He would recognize them. But it was risky. "What if we drop the cake?" Maya asked. "Then you drop it," Carlos said. "At least you'll be out there. At least people will notice you." "Victoria will be furious," Zara said. Her voice shook. "She's already furious," Maya said. "This might be our only chance." Zara looked at her sister. Tears filled her eyes. "I'm scared." "Me too," Maya said. "But I'm more scared of being sent away to Maine. I'm more scared of never seeing Dad again except at Christmas." Zara nodded slowly. "Okay, we'll try." Carlos opened the office door and checked the hallway. "Victoria is in the garden talking to guests. We need to move now before she comes back inside. Follow me." They walked quickly through the hallway. Carlos led them through the back corridors to the kitchen. The kitchen was organized chaos. Sandra was directing the final preparations for the cake presentation. The cake sat on a large silver tray on the counter. It was beautiful. 3 tiers covered in white frosting with pink sugar flowers cascading down the sides. It looked heavy. Sandra saw the twins enter with Carlos. She frowned. "Where have you two been?" Sandra asked. "I've been looking for you for 20 minutes." "Mrs. Thompson sent them on an errand," Carlos said smoothly. "They're back now. I told them they could help me with the cake." Sandra looked suspicious. "Carlos, I have 4 servers ready to carry that cake. It's too heavy for kids." "I'll be with them," Carlos said. 3 people can handle it. "Please, Sandra, let them help. They've worked hard tonight." Sandra looked at the twins. Her eyes softened. "Are you sure you want to do this? That cake is heavy. If you drop it, the whole party will see." Maya met Sandra's eyes. "We want to help." Sandra studied her for a long moment. Then she nodded. "All right, but Carlos, you take the back of the tray. Make sure it stays steady." "Got it," Carlos said. The jazz band's music got louder in the garden. Someone started singing "Happy Birthday" over the microphone. Other voices joined in, hundreds of voices singing together. "That's our cue," Sandra said. She called out to her staff, "Cake presentation! Everyone to your positions!" The catering staff lined up at the door to the garden. They would walk out first, creating a path. Then the cake would follow. Carlos positioned himself at the back of the large silver tray. Maya and Zara stood on either side at the front. They each put their hands under the edge of the tray. "On 3, Carlos whispered. 1, 2, 3, lift." They lifted together. The tray rose off the counter. The cake was incredibly heavy. Maya's arms immediately started shaking. The weight pressed down on her hands. "Steady," Carlos whispered. "Walk slowly, small steps." The catering staff opened the doors. The singing got louder. "Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you!" Maya, Zara, and Carlos walked through the kitchen door into the hallway. Then through another door into the ballroom. The crowd parted automatically. People stepped aside to let them through. Maya could barely see over the cake. She watched her feet, making sure she did not trip. Her arms burned from the weight. Next to her, Zara breathed hard. "You're doing great," Carlos whispered behind them. "Keep going, straight ahead." The singing continued. "Happy birthday, dear Robert. Happy birthday to you." They walked through the ballroom. The crowd was thick. Maya saw glimpses of faces. People smiled and clapped. Everyone was looking at the cake, not at the girls carrying it. They reached the doors to the garden. Someone held them open. They walked outside into the warm night air. White lights hung from the trees. The pool glowed blue. The jazz band played next to a small stage. And there, at a table draped in white cloth, stood Robert Thompson, Maya's father. He was smiling. His friends surrounded him. George Chen stood next to him. Other business partners filled the area. Everyone sang and clapped. "Straight to his table," Carlos whispered. 20 more feet. Maya's arms were shaking badly now. The tray tilted slightly left. Carlos corrected it from behind. "Steady," he said, 15 feet from the table. Maya could see her father's face clearly now. He looked happy, relaxed. He had no idea his daughters were 10 feet away carrying his birthday cake. 10 feet. Across the garden, Maya saw Victoria. She was standing near the band. She was watching the cake. Then she saw who was carrying it. Her face went white. She started pushing through the crowd toward them. But she was too far away, 5 feet from the table. "Almost there," Carlos whispered. Robert was laughing at something George said. He turned toward the approaching cake. He started to raise his champagne glass for a toast. 3 feet. Maya's foot caught on something. She looked down. The hem of her too long uniform pants was under her shoe. She had stepped on her own clothing. She stumbled forward. Her hands lost their grip on the tray. The weight shifted. "Zara!" Maya gasped. Zara tried to hold the tray, but it was too heavy for one person. The tray tilted sharply. The cake started to slide. Carlos tried to push the tray back up from behind, but it was too late. The 3-tier cake slid off the silver tray. It fell through the air. Time seemed to slow down. Maya saw every detail, the white frosting, the pink flowers, her father's face changing from happiness to shock. The cake hit the marble floor with a loud crash. Frosting exploded everywhere. Pink flowers scattered across the ground. Pieces of cake flew in all directions. The music stopped instantly. The singing stopped. The entire garden went silent. 200 people turned to look at the mess. Maya was on her hands and knees in white frosting. It was cold and sticky. It covered her hands and her uniform. Pieces of cake surrounded her. Pink sugar flowers stuck to her arms. She could not move. She could not breathe. 200 people stared at her. Zara stood frozen next to her. Her hands were still in the position of holding the tray. Her face was white with shock. Carlos bent down. "Are you okay?" he asked Maya quietly. Maya could not answer. Her throat was closed. Footsteps approached, expensive shoes stepping carefully around the frosting. Maya looked up. Her father stood there. Robert Thompson looked down at the mess. His face showed confusion. He was probably about to apologize to his guests for the accident. Then he looked at Maya's face. His expression changed. Confusion became shock. His mouth opened slightly. His eyes went wide behind his glasses. "Maya?" Robert said. His voice cracked on her name. He looked at Zara. "Zara?" Maya tried to speak, but no words came out. Tears started falling down her face. She could not stop them. Robert knelt in the frosting, his expensive black suit pressed into the mess. He did not seem to care. He reached for Maya and pulled her up. Then he pulled Zara close. He hugged both daughters. Maya pressed her face into her father's shoulder. She smelled his cologne. She felt his arms around her. She had not been hugged by him in months, maybe longer. She started sobbing, real, loud sobs. Her whole body shook. Next to her, Zara was crying too. They clung to their father in the middle of the garden, surrounded by 200 silent guests. "Why are you dressed like this?" Robert asked. His voice was thick with emotion. Why are you in these uniforms? Where are your blue dresses? What's happening?" Maya could not speak. The words would not come. "Robert, darling, there's been a misunderstanding." Victoria's voice cut through the silence. She rushed over, her high heels clicking on the marble. Her face was pale, but she forced a smile. "The girls wanted to help with the party," Victoria said. Her voice was high and fake. "They asked if they could work with the catering staff. They thought it would be fun. They wanted to learn about hospitality." Robert stood up slowly. Frosting covered his suit from his knees to his chest. He looked at Victoria. His face was hard. "They wanted to work as servants at my birthday party?" Robert said. "They wanted to hide in the kitchen instead of celebrating with me?" "It was supposed to be a surprise," Victoria said quickly. "A fun surprise. They're always saying they want more responsibility. I thought this would be good for them." "You're lying." The voice came from behind Robert. George Chen stepped forward. He was Robert's business partner, a man in his 60s with gray hair and a kind face. He had been watching the scene carefully. "I'm sorry, Robert," George said, "but I need to speak. I've been watching all night. I saw things that troubled me, but I didn't want to interfere in family business. But I can't stay quiet anymore." Victoria's smile disappeared. "Mr. Chen, I don't know what you think you saw." "I saw you giving orders to these girls all night," George said. His voice was firm. "Harsh orders. I saw you grab one of them by the arm in the hallway. Hard enough that she flinched. I heard you call them the help when you thought no one was listening. I heard you threaten them." "That's ridiculous," Victoria said, but her voice shook. "I saw it too," a woman's voice said. A woman in a silver dress stepped forward. Maya recognized her. Patricia Miller. She worked with Robert's company. "I saw you grab the smaller girl's arm near the ballroom entrance," Patricia said. "Around 8 o'clock. You were angry. The girl looked scared." More voices spoke up from the crowd. "I saw those girls working all night. They looked exhausted. I thought it was strange that servers were so young. One of them had wine spilled on her uniform. No one helped her." Victoria's face turned red. "You're all misunderstanding what you saw. I was simply giving them instructions. They asked to help. I was supervising them." "Stop talking." Robert's voice was low and dangerous. Maya had never heard her father sound like that. "Just stop." He turned to his daughters. He put his hands on their shoulders. "Tell me the truth. Right now. What happened tonight?" Maya took a shaking breath. "She forced us. She brought uniforms to our room at 4 o'clock. She said we had to work as servants or she would blame us for stealing. She said she had fake receipts. She said you would believe her. She locked us in our bedroom," Zara added. Her voice was quiet, but everyone heard it in the silence. "She locked the door from the outside. We couldn't get out. We tried to call you, but you were in meetings." Robert's face went from confused to horrified. "She locked you in your room?" "She locked us in an office too," Maya said. "At 9:30, because we were hiding in a storage closet trying to rest. She said if we didn't work, she would convince you to send us to boarding school in Maine." "Boarding school?" Robert said. "These girls are lying." Victoria's voice got loud. She was losing control. "Robert, you know how dramatic teenagers can be. They're making up stories because they're embarrassed about dropping the cake. Where are their blue dresses?" Robert interrupted. "They showed me blue dresses 2 weeks ago. They were excited about them. Where are those dresses?" Victoria's mouth opened. She did not have an answer. "They're in our closet," Maya said. "We were going to wear them tonight. We were going to perform a dance for you. We practiced for weeks. But she took them away. She made us wear these uniforms instead." Robert's eyes filled with tears. "You were going to dance for me?" Maya nodded. She could not speak anymore. Her throat was too tight. Robert turned to Victoria. When he spoke, his voice carried across the entire garden. Every guest heard him clearly. "You have 60 minutes to pack your belongings and leave this house," Robert said. "If you are still here in 1 hour, I will call the police and have you removed." Victoria's fake sweetness vanished completely. her face twisted with rage. "You can't throw me out. I'm your wife. This is my house, too." "This is not your house," Robert said. "This is my daughter's house. This is their home. You are a guest who has overstayed her welcome." "The girls are lying," Victoria screamed. "They're spoiled brats who need discipline. You work all the time, Robert. You have no idea how difficult they are when you're gone. I was trying to teach them responsibility. I was trying to help." "You locked my children in their bedroom," Robert said. His voice stayed calm, but Maya could hear the anger underneath. "You forced them to work as servants at my birthday party. You threatened them. You planned to send them away to boarding school without telling me." "I never—" "Don't lie to me," Robert said. "Not anymore. I know my daughters. They don't lie. I should have seen what was happening. I should have been here. I failed them. But that ends tonight." He turned to his head of security. Marcus was a tall man in a black suit standing near the edge of the crowd. "Marcus, please escort Mrs. Thompson off the property," Robert said. "She has 1 hour to collect her personal clothing, nothing else. Watch her to make sure she takes only what belongs to her." Marcus nodded. He walked toward Victoria. "Don't you touch me!" Victoria screamed. She pointed at the twins. "This is their fault! Those ungrateful little—" "That's enough," Robert said. "Marcus, get her out of my sight." Marcus took Victoria's arm gently but firmly. Another security guard joined him. They started walking Victoria toward the house. She fought them. She twisted and tried to pull away. She screamed the whole way. "You'll regret this, Robert. I'll hire the best lawyers. I'll take half of everything you have. You're making a mistake. Those girls are manipulating you. They're lying." Her voice got quieter as they took her inside the mansion. Then the front door closed. She was gone. The garden was completely silent. 200 guests stared at Robert and his daughters. Robert looked around at everyone. "I apologize for the scene. The party is over. Thank you all for coming. Please, go home. I need to be with my daughters now." People started moving. Quietly they walked toward the house. Some touched Robert's shoulder as they passed. Some whispered words of support. George Chen stopped and hugged Robert. "I should have said something earlier," George said. "I'm sorry." "You said something when it mattered," Robert replied. "Thank you." Within 30 minutes, the garden was empty. The catering staff was cleaning up the frosting and cake pieces. Sandra approached the twins carefully. "I'm sorry," Sandra said. "I knew something was wrong. I should have pushed harder. I should have called someone. It's not your fault," Maya said. Carlos came over too. "Are you two going to be okay?" "Yes," Maya said. "Thank you for helping us." "Anytime," Carlos said. The catering staff finished cleaning. They packed their equipment and left. By midnight, the mansion was quiet. Robert took Maya and Zara upstairs to their bedroom. He helped them take off the gray uniforms. He dropped the clothes in the trash can. "You'll never wear these again," he said. He sat on the floor between their 2 beds. He looked up at them. "Tell me everything," Robert said. "From the beginning. I want to hear all of it." Maya went to her closet. She knelt down and pulled up the loose floorboard. She reached underneath and took out her notebook, the journal where she had been writing everything for 6 months. She walked back to her bed and sat down. Zara sat next to her. Robert stayed on the floor looking up at them. His eyes were red. Frosting still covered parts of his suit. Maya opened the journal. Her hands shook. The pages were filled with her handwriting, dates and descriptions, everything Victoria had done. "I started writing this last October," Maya said, "after I tried to tell you what was happening and you didn't believe me. I thought if I wrote it all down, maybe someday someone would listen." Robert's face crumpled. "Oh, Maya, I'm so sorry." "Just listen," Maya said. Her voice was stronger now. "Please just listen to all of it." She turned to the first page and began reading. October 15th. Victoria took our phones for 3 days. She said we looked at her wrong at breakfast. When Dad asked where our phones were, she said we lost them and she was teaching us responsibility. We got them back after Dad left for his business trip to San Francisco. Robert put his hand over his mouth. He said nothing. Maya turned the page. October 22nd. Victoria told Dad we failed our math test. We didn't. We both got A's. She threw away the real test papers and showed him fake ones with F's that she made on the computer. Dad was disappointed in us. We tried to tell him the truth, but he believed her. We got grounded for a week. "Oh God," Robert whispered. Maya kept reading. November 3rd, our 14th birthday, Dad was at work all day. He called at 8 o'clock at night to say happy birthday. Victoria did not acknowledge our birthday at all. She didn't make cake. She didn't give us cards. She acted like it was a normal day. Robert started crying. Real tears ran down his face. He did not wipe them away. Maya continued through the pages. She read entry after entry, about extra chores, about cruel comments, about being told they were lucky Victoria tolerated them, about stolen allowance money, about punishments for things they did not do. She read for 20 minutes. Her voice stayed steady. She had practiced these words in her head so many times. She had imagined reading them to her father. She never thought it would actually happen. When she finished the last entry, she closed the journal. "That's everything up until today," Maya said. "I didn't have time to write about tonight yet." Robert sat on the floor crying. His shoulders shook. He covered his face with his hands. "I didn't know," he said. His voice broke. "I didn't see any of it. How did I not see it?" "You were working," Maya said simply. "You left early every morning. You came home late every night. You were never here when it happened." "That's not an excuse," Robert said. "You're my daughters. I should have known. I should have seen something was wrong." Zara spoke for the first time since they came upstairs. Her voice was quiet but clear. "Can I tell you something, Dad?" Robert looked at her. "Of course. Tell me anything." "I used to love drawing," Zara said. "Do you remember? When I was little, I drew pictures all the time. Mom used to hang them on the refrigerator, every single one. The refrigerator was covered with my drawings." "I remember," Robert said. "You were so talented." "I stopped drawing," Zara said. Tears rolled down her face. "I stopped after Victoria moved in. She said my art was childish. She said it was messy and wasteful. She said I was wasting paper, so I stopped. I put all my art supplies in a box under my bed. I haven't opened it in over a year." Robert closed his eyes. More tears fell. "I felt invisible," Zara continued. "I would go to school and come home and no one noticed me. You were at work. Victoria acted like I didn't exist unless she was yelling at me. I started to feel like maybe I didn't matter. Maybe if I disappeared completely, no one would notice." "No," Robert said. He moved from the floor to sit between the twins on Maya's bed. He pulled them both close. "You matter. You both matter more than anything in the world. I'm so sorry I made you feel invisible. I'm so sorry I wasn't here." They sat together, all three of them crying. Outside the window it was completely dark. The party lights had been turned off. The mansion was quiet. "Why did you work so much?" Maya asked. "You didn't used to. Before Mom died, you were home for dinner. You came to our soccer games. You made pancakes on Sunday mornings. After she died, you disappeared." Robert was quiet for a long moment. Then he spoke. "Your mother's death broke me," he said. "I didn't know how to handle it. The grief was too big, too painful, so I ran away from it. I threw myself into work because work was something I could control. I could close deals. I could make money. I could build my company. But I couldn't bring your mother back. I couldn't fix the hole she left. So I just stopped trying. I stopped coming home because home reminded me of her. This house was full of her pictures, her clothes, her memories. It hurt too much to be here." "It hurt us too," Maya said. "We lost Mom. But then we lost you too. You were still alive, but you left us anyway." "I know," Robert said. "I know I did. And that's the worst part. I chose work over you. I chose avoiding my pain over being your father. I told myself I was providing for you. I told myself that making money was enough, but it wasn't. You needed your dad, and I wasn't here." "Victoria made it worse," Zara said. "She used your guilt against you. She told you we were difficult. She told you we needed discipline. She made you think we were the problem so you would stay away even more." Robert nodded. "She did, and I let her. I wanted to believe everything was fine. I wanted to believe she was handling things at home so I could focus on work. I was a coward. I was a terrible father." "You weren't terrible," Maya said. "You were sad. You were grieving. But Dad, we needed you. We still need you." "What do you need?" Robert asked. "Tell me what you need from me. I'll do anything." "We need you to be here," Maya said. "We don't need the big house. We don't need expensive things. We just need you. We need you to be our dad again, like you were before." "I will be," Robert said. "I promise you I will be. Starting right now. Everything changes right now." He pulled them closer. They sat together for a long time. No one spoke. They just held each other. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Robert's phone rang. He looked at the screen. "It's the security gate," he said. "Victoria is leaving." He answered the phone. "Yes, Marcus?" Maya and Zara could hear Marcus's voice through the speaker. "Mrs. Thompson has collected her belongings. She's leaving now. She's very angry. She says she'll be contacting lawyers." "Let her," Robert said. "Make sure the gate locks behind her. Change the security codes. She doesn't get back in this house." "Yes, sir." Robert hung up. He looked at his daughters. "She's gone. She can't hurt you anymore." At 2 o'clock in the morning, Robert left the twins' bedroom and went to his own room. Maya and Zara could hear him on the phone. His voice was muffled through the wall, but they could make out some words. "I don't care that it's 2 in the morning. This is an emergency. I need to file for divorce immediately. Yes, immediately. Start the paperwork tonight." Maya lay in her bed. Zara was in the bed across from her. They looked at each other in the darkness. "Do you think things will really change?" Zara whispered. "I don't know," Maya said. "But I think Dad means it. Did you see his face? I've never seen him look like that." "He was really crying," Zara said. "He loves us," Maya said. "He just forgot for a while, but I think he remembers now." They fell asleep around 3 o'clock in the morning. For the first time in 2 years, they slept without fear. When Maya woke up, sun was coming through the window. She smelled something. Food. Cooking food. She sat up. The clock said 9 o'clock. On a Saturday morning, her father was usually already at the office. She heard noises from downstairs. Someone was in the kitchen. Maya got up and went to Zara's bed. She shook her sister awake. "Zara, do you smell that?" Zara opened her eyes. "What is it?" "Food. Someone's cooking." They went downstairs together. They walked into the kitchen. Their father stood at the stove. He wore jeans and a t-shirt. Maya could not remember the last time she saw him in casual clothes. He was making scrambled eggs. Toast was in the toaster. Robert turned and saw them. He smiled. "Good morning, I'm making breakfast. I hope scrambled eggs are okay. I'm not great at cooking, but I'm trying." Maya and Zara stared at him. "Sit down," Robert said. "It's almost ready." They sat at the kitchen table, the same table where they ate breakfast yesterday morning while Victoria acted sweet because Robert was still home. That felt like a lifetime ago. Robert brought plates to the table, scrambled eggs and buttered toast. It was simple food, nothing fancy. But it was the first meal their father had cooked for them in 3 years. They ate together, no phones, no work emails, just the 3 of them. "I called my office this morning," Robert said. "I'm taking time off work, 2 weeks minimum, maybe more. You two are my priority now." "What about the Peterson deal?" Maya asked. "I don't care about the Peterson deal," Robert said. "I don't care about any deal, I care about you." After breakfast, Robert looked at his daughters seriously. "I'm selling this house," he said. Maya and Zara stared at their father. "Sell the house?" Maya said. This house has too many bad memories, Robert said. Your mother died 3 years ago. Victoria lived here for 2 years. I don't want you to spend another day in a place where you felt unsafe. We'll find a new house, a fresh start. Where will we go? Zara asked. Wherever you want, Robert said. We'll look together. All 3 of us. You'll help choose it. That afternoon, Robert made more phone calls. He called his lawyer again about the divorce. He called a real estate agent about selling the mansion. He called a family therapist. We all need help, Robert said to the twins. I need to learn how to be a better father. You two need help processing what Victoria did. We need to learn how to be a family again. On Monday morning, Robert did not go to work. He made breakfast again. Then he drove Maya and Zara to school. He walked them to the front entrance. I'll pick you up at 3 o'clock, Robert said. I'll be waiting right here. You're really picking us up? Maya asked. She could not remember the last time her father picked them up from school. Every day from now on, Robert said. I want to hear about your classes. I want to know about your friends. I want to be part of your lives. At 3 o'clock, Robert was waiting at the school entrance. Maya and Zara saw his car and could not believe it. He actually came. They drove home together. Robert asked about their day. He asked about their teachers. He listened to their answers. He did not check his phone once. The divorce moved quickly. Robert's lawyer said the prenuptial agreement would protect most of Robert's assets. Victoria tried to fight. She hired expensive lawyers. She demanded half of everything, but Robert had evidence. He had Maya's journal entries. He had testimony from George Chen and Patricia Miller and other party guests who saw Victoria's cruelty. He had statements from Sandra and Carlos from the catering company. Victoria's lawyers looked at the evidence and told her she had no case. She agreed to a small settlement, much less than she wanted. In August, 3 months after the birthday party, the divorce was final. Victoria moved to Arizona. The court issued a restraining order. She was not allowed to contact the twins. She was not allowed to come near them. The day the divorce was finalized, Robert took Maya and Zara out for ice cream. They sat outside the ice cream shop in Pasadena. The sun was warm. People walked past on the sidewalk. It's really over, Robert said. She's gone. She can't hurt you anymore. Do you think she'll try to come back? Zara asked. No, Robert said. The restraining order is very clear. If she comes near you, she'll be arrested. And she knows we have evidence of everything she did. She won't risk it. They had been going to therapy together every week. The therapist was named Dr. Sarah Martinez. She had an office in Pasadena with comfortable couches and soft lighting. The first session was hard. Dr. Martinez asked them to talk about their feelings. Robert cried through most of it. He kept apologizing to his daughters. Dr. Martinez told him that apologizing was good, but action was better. Show them you've changed, Dr. Martinez said. Words matter, but consistency matters more. Over the weeks, they got better at talking. Maya learned to share what she was feeling instead of holding everything inside. Zara learned to speak up for herself. Robert learned to listen without checking his phone or thinking about work. In July, they moved out of the mansion on Maple Drive. Robert sold it to a young couple with no children. The mansion sold quickly for a lot of money. Robert bought a smaller house in Pasadena. It had 4 bedrooms, a large backyard, and a front porch with a swing. It was not as fancy as the mansion, but it felt warmer. Maya and Zara got to decorate their new rooms however they wanted. Maya chose blue walls. She put up shelves for her books and her journal. She started writing again, but not about bad things anymore. She wrote stories. Zara chose lavender walls. She set up an art station by the window. She took out her old art supplies from the box under her bed. She started drawing again. Her pictures were different now. They were brighter. She drew flowers and gardens and the new house. She drew her family smiling. One Saturday in August, they planted a garden in the backyard. Robert had never gardened before, but he watched videos online to learn. They planted tomatoes and herbs and sunflowers. Mom loved sunflowers, Zara said as she pushed seeds into the soil. She did, Robert said. She used to buy them at the farmer's market every Sunday. They could talk about their mother now without crying every time. The sadness was still there, but it felt different, softer, less sharp. I miss her, Maya said. Me too, Robert said, every day. But I think she would be proud of us right now, proud of how strong you two are, proud that we're trying to heal. In late July, they went to the animal shelter. Robert said the new house felt too quiet. They looked at dogs together. A golden retriever named Buddy jumped at the cage door when he saw them. He wagged his tail so hard his whole body moved. He was 3 years old and very friendly. "Can we get him?" Zara asked. "Please?" Robert smiled. "Yes. Let's bring him home." Buddy slept in the hallway between the twins' bedrooms. He followed them everywhere. He played in the backyard and dug holes in the garden that they had to fill back in. Robert kept his promise about work. He promoted someone at his company to manage daily operations. He still owned the business, but he was not working 18-hour days anymore. He came home at 5 o'clock every evening. He had dinner with his daughters every night. They talked about their days. They talked about school and friends and small things that mattered. Robert knew Maya's teachers' names now. He knew that Maya had a friend named Jasmine who wanted to be a writer. He knew that Zara liked art class the best. He knew their favorite foods and their fears and their dreams. One night at dinner in September, Robert made an announcement. "I've been thinking," he said. "I know the birthday party was terrible. I know it was traumatic, but you two had planned something special for that night, a dance. You practiced for weeks. You never got to perform it." "We can't do it anymore," Maya said. "We haven't practiced in months." "What if you practiced again?" Robert asked. "What if we had a small party here at the new house, just close friends? You could wear your blue dresses, you could perform your dance, you could have the celebration you deserved." Maya and Zara looked at each other. "I don't know if I remember the steps," Zara said. "We could practice," Maya said, "like we did before." "Only if you want to," Robert said. "No pressure. I just thought it might be nice to replace that bad memory with a good one." Maya thought about it. The blue dresses were still in her closet. They had never been worn. She had thought about throwing them away many times, but she never did. "Okay," Maya said, "let's do it." For the next 2 weeks, Maya and Zara practiced their dance in the living room of the new house. Buddy watched from his spot on the couch. Robert watched sometimes too, smiling. On a warm Saturday evening in September, Robert hosted a small party at the new house. He invited 20 people. George Chen and his wife came. Sandra from the catering company came with her family. Carlos came. A few of Robert's close friends came. Maya's friend Jasmine came. Some of Zara's classmates came. It was small and simple. No fancy decorations, no hired staff, just food on the kitchen counter and people talking in the backyard. As the sun started to set, Robert set up a speaker in the backyard. He looked at his daughters. "Are you ready?" he asked. Maya and Zara wore their blue dresses. The dresses still fit perfectly. They stood together in the middle of the backyard. Everyone formed a circle around them. Robert pressed play on the speaker. Music filled the air, soft and slow and beautiful. Maya and Zara began to dance. They moved together. Their feet knew the steps. Their hands met and separated and met again. They turned and lifted and swayed. The dance told a story about loss, about pain, about healing, about hope, about family. When the music ended, they stood together holding hands. Everyone clapped. Some people had tears in their eyes. George Chen wiped his face with his hand. Sandra smiled widely. Robert walked over to his daughters. He hugged them both tight. "That was beautiful," he said. His voice was thick with emotion. "Your mother would have loved it. She would have been so proud of you." "Are you proud of us?" Zara asked. "More than you'll ever know," Robert said. As the party continued, Robert sat on the back porch steps with Maya and Zara on either side of him. Buddy lay at their feet. The sun was setting, painting the sky orange and pink. "Are you happy?" Robert asked. Maya thought about the question. 3 months ago, she would have said no without hesitation. She would have said she was scared and invisible and trapped. But now things were different. They still had hard days. Maya still worried too much sometimes. Zara still had nightmares sometimes. Robert still made mistakes sometimes. But they were together. They saw each other now. "Yes," Maya said. "I'm happy." "Me too," Zara said. Robert put his arms around both daughters. "Me too." The next day was Sunday. Robert made pancakes for breakfast. He shaped them into animals like he used to do when the twins were little. He made a bear for Maya and a rabbit for Zara. The pancakes were not perfect. The bear looked more like a blob, but Maya and Zara laughed, and that was what mattered. After breakfast, they took Buddy for a walk around the neighborhood. The new house was in a quiet area with tree-lined streets. People waved as they passed. A woman walking her dog stopped to talk. "I haven't seen you three out together before," the woman said. "Did you just move in?" "A few weeks ago," Robert said. "We're still getting used to the neighborhood." "Well, welcome," the woman said. "I'm Martha. I live 2 houses down. If you need anything, just knock." They walked for an hour. Buddy pulled on his leash, excited by every new smell. Maya and Zara took turns holding the leash. Robert walked between them. "Can I ask you two something?" Robert said. "What?" Maya asked. "What do you want to do with your lives? What are your dreams?" Maya thought about it. Before Victoria, she had dreamed of being a lawyer. She wanted to help people who could not help themselves. She had forgotten that dream somewhere along the way. "I think I want to help people," Maya said. "People who feel powerless. People who need someone to believe them." "That's a good dream," Robert said. "What about you, Zara?" Robert asked. "I want to make art," Zara said. "Real art. Paintings and drawings that make people feel things. I want my art to tell stories." "You're already doing that," Robert said. "Your drawings are beautiful." In October, school started getting harder. Maya had more homework. Zara struggled with math. But now, when they needed help, they could ask their father. He sat at the kitchen table with them in the evenings, helping them study. One night, Robert looked at Maya's homework. It was an essay about someone who inspired her. Maya had written about her mother. "This is beautiful," Robert said. His eyes were wet as he read. "Your writing is really good, Maya." "You think so?" Maya asked. "I know so," Robert said. "Have you thought about joining the school newspaper or a writing club?" Maya had not thought about it. She had avoided school activities for 2 years, but maybe it was time to try again. "Maybe," Maya said. "I'll think about it." In late October, Maya and Zara were watching TV when they saw a commercial. It was about a youth center in Pasadena that helped teenagers who were struggling. The commercial showed kids talking about feeling alone or invisible in their families. Zara turned to Maya. "That was us." "It was," Maya said. "Do you think we could help?" Zara asked. "Kids like that. Kids who feel like we felt?" Maya thought about it. They had survived something terrible. They had come out the other side. Maybe their experience could help someone else. "Let's ask Dad," Maya said. That night at dinner they brought it up. Robert listened carefully. "I think that's a wonderful idea," Robert said. "But I want you to be sure. Talking about what Victoria did might be hard. It might bring up difficult feelings." "We talk about it in therapy," Maya said. "We can talk about it at the youth center too." "And maybe it will help us heal more," Zara added, "by helping other kids." Robert smiled. "Then let's do it." The next week, Robert drove them to the Pasadena Youth Center. It was a building on Colorado Boulevard with bright blue walls and a welcoming entrance. A woman named Jennifer ran the center. She was in her 40s with kind eyes and a warm smile. Jennifer sat down with Robert and the twins in her office. She listened as they explained what they wanted to do. "We want to talk to kids who feel invisible in their own families," Maya said. Kids who are being hurt but don't think anyone will believe them. We want them to know they're not alone, Zara said. We want them to know things can get better. Jennifer looked at Robert. Are you comfortable with your daughters sharing their story? If they're comfortable, I am, Robert said. I think they're incredibly brave. Jennifer set them up with a small group, 6 teenagers between ages 13 and 16. They met every Saturday morning in a room with couches and beanbag chairs. The first session was hard. Maya and Zara told their story. They talked about Victoria, about the uniforms, about feeling invisible, about the birthday party. Some of the kids cried, some of them nodded. One girl named Melissa said, "That's exactly how I feel, like I'm invisible." "You're not invisible," Maya said. "We see you. We believe you." Over the weeks, the group grew. More kids came. They shared their own stories. Maya and Zara listened. They offered advice. They offered hope. Zara started an art program at the youth center. She taught kids how to express their feelings through drawing. She showed them her own drawings, the dark ones from when Victoria was in her life, and the bright ones from after. Art can show what words can't, Zara said. Maya started a writing group. Kids wrote about their experiences. Some wrote poems, some wrote stories. Maya helped them find their voices. Robert volunteered too. He ran a group for single parents who were struggling to connect with their teenagers. He shared his own failures. He talked about how work had become an excuse to avoid grief and responsibility. "I almost lost my daughters because I was too busy to see them," Robert told the group. "Don't make my mistake. Your kids need you present, not perfect." In November, the sunflowers in their garden grew tall. They were taller than Zara. Their yellow petals were bright against the blue sky. "Mom would love these," Zara said. "Should we bring her some?" Robert asked. On Thanksgiving morning, before they had their big dinner, Robert drove Maya and Zara to the cemetery. They brought sunflowers from their garden, fresh and bright and beautiful. Their mother's grave was in Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Glendale. It was not far from their new house. The gravestone was simple gray marble with her name, Angela Rodriguez Thompson, beloved wife and mother. They laid the sunflowers on the grave. They stood together in silence for a moment. Then Maya spoke. "Hi, Mom. We brought you flowers from our new garden. We have a new house now. It's smaller than the old one, but it feels like home." "I'm drawing again," Zara said, "just like you taught me. I draw every day now. I think you'd like my new pictures." Robert put his hands on his daughter's shoulders. "Angela, I'm sorry it took me so long to keep my promise to you. You asked me to take care of our girls. I failed for a while. But I'm doing better now. I'm trying every day. I hope you'd be proud." They stayed at the grave for 30 minutes. They told her about therapy and the youth center and Buddy the dog. They told her about the dance they finally performed. They told her about their healing. As they walked back to the car, the sun was warm on their faces. "Do you think she heard us?" Zara asked. "I think she did," Robert said. "I think she's been watching over you this whole time. Even when I wasn't there, she was." That afternoon, they had Thanksgiving dinner together. Just the 3 of them and Buddy begging for scraps under the table. It was quiet and simple and perfect. After dinner, they sat on the front porch swing. The air was cool but not cold. Lights from inside the house glowed warm behind them. "I'm thankful for both of you," Robert said. "I'm thankful we survived what happened. I'm thankful we found our way back to each other. I'm thankful we're safe now," Zara said. "I'm thankful for second chances," Maya said. They rocked on the swing together. Buddy lay on the porch, his head on his paws. Maya thought about where they had been 6 months ago, locked in their bedroom, forced into uniforms, invisible at their own father's party. She thought about where they were now, safe, seen, healing. Things were not perfect. Maya still had bad days where she worried too much. Zara still had nightmares sometimes about Victoria coming back. Robert still struggled with guilt about the time he had lost. But they were together. They were honest with each other now. They were trying. As they sat on the porch swing, Maya looked at her sister and her father. She felt something she had not felt in a long time. She felt truly safe. If you enjoyed today's video, I'm sure you'll love the next one. Don't waste time. Just click on the screen.